Hi everyone, I'm Eli.
And I'm Ani.
And we're the SEO team at Verto Digital. Today we're going to talk about what you need to do before you start your AI search audit to improve your brand's visibility in AI search, LLM platforms, and AI overviews in Google.
So, Eli, what's going on with the SEO world? What are the trends right now?
So as you guys know, search has been changing quite a bit this year. We've seen some of the biggest changes in the SEO industry in the last probably decade. Most of our clients are focused on B2B tech verticals, and what we're currently looking at is major shifts in how users search, what platforms they use, and how they use multimodal in order to find their best solutions, their preferred vendors, or their wanted products.
Today we're going to discuss what you need to do before you begin some kind of an AI visibility audit. What are the prompts? What are the main interesting things that you need to ask around your company? What kind of information you should gather? And many more insights.
So in order to kickstart your project and to learn how your brand performs in AI search, you need to start by collecting all of the internal data in your company that will help you guide the process. One of the most important things that you need to have is your so-called ICP or persona profiles, what their pain points are, jobs to be done, basically what you need to solve in terms of issues and problems they have. Having those ICP profiles will immensely help you to actually start thinking about how you should structure your prompts, as most people nowadays use AI platforms and base their prompts around the problem that they have. The next thing that you need in order to validate whether you're going into the right directions is actually any type of sales calls, notes, recordings. They can be even form submits or some type of form that is filled on your website where people send you inquiries about their issues or whether they're looking for a specific solution. This will actually give you a great insight on how people will write their prompts, what language they will use, the terms, especially if your vertical has a very specific terminology. This will actually help you maintain the user's language and also align with how you will then generate your prompts and input the data in order to start monitoring for your visibility in AI platforms. The next thing that you will need is a topical map of your website, or if this is something that you don't currently have or you don't have an SEO capacity within your organization to actually perform this, you'll need to select your key pages. From our practical experience, we've seen that most companies know what are the most important pages in terms of business and commercial purposes on their website. But just for the example, you will need to have a set of pages that will include most definitely your homepage, about us page, your solution/product pages, key informational pages. This could be evergreen content such as very long and detailed guides that are related to your services or your product. They can be mid-funnel or bottom-of-funnel pages that actually address specific pain points to the user, or they can be your most or like the best performing blog posts that you have on your website. Once you have selected the key pages, and you can use Google Search Console, SEMrush, Ahrefs, or GA4 to actually determine what are the pages with most volume and users on them, you can then move forward and actually assign them a topic. This can be a topic related to your product, or it can be an informational topic depending on the type of the page and the format of the page.
Another key component of the things we need to gather before beginning an audit is making sure we have the right competitors. In our team, we focus on 3 to maybe 5 or 6 competitors that we then gather information around them. We can research them, we can see how their content is doing, how their pages are being structured, what kind of case studies they have, or guidebooks, or anything that may be useful for the sake of the audit.
Annie, what is your preferred tool when you do all of the competitor analysis? What are some key things that you maybe look at the profile when you do the analysis?
I always begin researching a competitor by taking a look of the site by myself, just to see how me as a first-time user, how I'm feeling, Do I have any roadblocks maybe on the website? And then I can begin researching them in SEMrush or Ahrefs to see what kinds of keywords do they rank for, maybe their top pages, these kinds of insights. What about you?
Would you say that maybe UX is still a thing?
Of course, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my side, when I use actually SEMrush to do the competitor analysis, I would say that one of the key areas that I focus or like try to dig deeper are, yes, the top pages, actually, to see whether they align with what we see in the first data tools such as GA4 and Google Search Console. Another thing that I usually do is that I look at the specific keywords for a page and then actually again check up whether they align with the assigned topic. So this way I can actually confirm on whether we have a mismatch, and this way we can correct it before we start.
A lot of times it has happened even to our team. We have discussed it previously, but sometimes when a specific website ranks in SEMrush and we see some kinds of keywords that are leading us to pages on the website, they don't correlate with each other. And that's important thing to check as well.
Yeah. So I think you can use still SEMrush Ahrefs. They actually have free plans. But the most important thing is for you to get a very good understanding of the brands that you compete against. Because if they have a better coverage, a better UX, if their even content is well structured, more comprehensive than what you see on your website, that would mean that you need to actually go back and work on user experience, SEO basics, and just basically up level the general experience, but also the quality of your website before you actually start to really compete with other brands online. So having the foundation and covering the basics is actually probably one of the most important things that you need to check for and you need to ensure before you really start to dig deeper into AI search, AI mode, AI overviews, and everything that is related to the new ways that people search online today. Lastly, you need to crawl your website and have a good overview of whether the pages that you have previously selected in the steps, these would be your key pages, are actually working. You need to ensure that they return a 200 code, that they're not broken, and that they have a pretty good page speed. This will actually ensure that the pages are good and they can perform and they have a chance to actually compete with your competitors' pages in AI search, but also in Google. This concludes our advices and practical tips on how you can start your AI search audits, what are the components and steps you need to take in order to actually gain some knowledge and understanding of where your brand is positioned in AI search. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and share. You can follow us at our LinkedIn page and our socials at Virtu Digital. And the SEO team is always here to actually help you. And if you have any questions, hit us up in LinkedIn.